Hey guys, we're going to do a general, see what's coming up for you guys for the remainder of this week and into next week. Let's start with Aries. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, let's get into it. You may be getting out of your head, Aries, so that's a good thing. There could be some hurry up and having to wait that you have to go through. Hold on, guys. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Hold on. And some of you could be not doing anything at all. You may feel a little frozen this week. There could be you not feeling like you're getting the right information. Some of you may be as a result of doing nothing or trying to eliminate problems. You're doing nothing. Okay, there could be some delays in communication, actions as well. There's definitely some discord between you and other people. The days that are coming up, you may be finding yourself more quiet than normal here, and focusing more on yourself, trying to get yourself back balanced and back into alignment. For some of you, this does speak to a love situation, and there could be like some secret things coming out, that sort of stuff, and some regrets going on, but it's almost a little too late for some of you. Again, check out the love reading when that drops. I'll get a whole lot deeper in that area, but I do see somebody's kind of life falling apart. Unfortunately, I have to say this. I did check to see if I should upright the cards because you have a lot of reversals and it's saying to keep it the way that it is. So this will resonate with someone here. And you're dealing with a lot of unresolved issues that can come out and about. And unfortunately, whatever this is, for some of you, you may not be able to buy your way out of this. You may realize that for some of you, this may be going in your favor. Let me say that for some of you Aries. Although some people are not happy about it, people around you, they're not happy about it. It may be very obvious that people are having a problem with whatever this is, because this can be anything for you guys. But you may feel like even though it's not the best, it's what needs to happen to get you back on track to some extent. It's going to take some time. This may not all be happening right now. It may be down the line where it's like, well, it actually worked in my favor, so I had to do this now. But albeit right now, it may not feel that great. Yeah, you may be wanting to give up. This is a family situation. This could be a love situation. This could be a happily ever after that kind of is falling apart, or you have an opportunity to try to get it back on track. But getting it back on track and avoiding any problems could be problematic, right? You want to get back on track. You want things to be better. They don't. They're being difficult. They're calling you out. You're being called out on every little thing that you do. That sort of thing. So there's definitely some friction, some chaos, some problems, which gives a lot of clarity on what kind of needs to happen. But it's going to be a process of you getting there. Don't know what this is all about, Aries. You guys will know better than me. So I can't give you real specifics. Let's get work though. You're ready to cut this place off. You know you can make better. You deserve better. But for some of you, it's almost like you're stuck and it feels like a matrix. Like you can't get out of it right now. I'm getting give it until half part of the year. For some of you, Leo season, Virgo season, we get on the other half of this year, things may start to pan out better for you, Aries, whatever this is. Because whatever this is, you have to get through this in order for you to then get back to a place where it's peaceful. You can get back to yourself. Things are coming in. Money is coming in, or you're receiving more than having to give or deal with unresolved issues. Because that's all I'm saying here is a lot of unresolved issues. I see some of you, again, if you're looking for work, you could be getting callbacks or going to the next steps, which is assessments, that sort of thing, but maybe not a complete final. if that makes sense. So there's still some things that maybe you'll have to clear up, that you'll have to do before you can actually move forward. And some of you may be saying, to hell with this. Like, I'm not going to, sugarcoat it. It could be a time right now where you're feeling like things are, you're stuck in the mud. You may feel more like you're stuck in the mud, Aries. Self-employed Aries, you could find yourself evolving past the ways of the way things are being done now. You may be about to step out and do something bold and unconstitutional and never heard before, and people may not like that. So there definitely could be a shift in your role as an entrepreneur, what you do with your clientele, with your fans, whatever you have, right? But this is in an effort to rid yourself. So there's some things about you that you're going to evolve out of, wherever there's some toxicity. If any of you've been using drugs and just doing things that really isn't healthy for your overall spirit, you'll evolve past that. Again, it could take a whole lot longer than this video right here, right? As time is relative, but you are going to kind of come out of what was no longer serving you. And that's what this is all speaking to, right? Your whole reading is basically saying that. But how you get there and the twists and turns of how you get there sometimes has its highs and lows. And unfortunately, you may look back and feel like everyone that was there may not be there, but it's for the better, because you're going to heal and you'll be able to kind of love again and receive love. But it's a process. It's almost like a dark night of the soul, but it's not that deep for you, because it's kind of real time you're experiencing this, but how you're affecting other people is very problematic to them, but you know that it's very necessary for you. I don't know what that means, but hopefully you guys will know. Take care, Aries. Hey, Taurus. Okay, so we're going to look at your general. I hope this does not get complicated. Your mind is racing, but you're feeling better. This is showing up to be a good read so far. Some of you will find yourself kind of taking a break, taking a rest, maybe healing from situations, maybe not making yourself so available to others. There's someone here that is missing you, Taurus. Hold on, y'all. There's definitely someone missing you. There could be a contemplating, should you guys start it again. And I feel like, but they may not be so clear to communicate with you. Some people also could be disappointed in things. Just when you're trying to make something better with them, you're not going to force anyone. You're not. If they don't, come around, see it your way, and kind of take it one step at a time, you will walk away from the situation, or you'll start to hold back. This is definitely speaking to a second time around, loving again, learning from the mistakes and starting over, whether it be with a new person completely different or someone you know. Now, this could show up in any area of your life, so don't just make it a love situation, but I'm definitely seeing recovering from a loss, giving yourself again, being open to doing it again. For some of you, it's going to be, it could be with any sign besides Sagittarius showing up here. After some unfortunate turn of events, and being able, at least on your end, to want to start again after there has been a break in communication work. Not so sure. You may be looking at taking a break. There could be some communications that's being had. That's still, you guys are still communicating what the next step should be regarding this work situation. Them talking to you, you talking to them. So there could be communications going back and forth, whether it be negotiating for something new or trying to, again, like I said, squaring things away. I do see communication coming in fast, or decision making coming in quick at the workplace. Work could just start picking up for you as well. you guys are making a decision of where you're going to go as far as an opportunity is concerned, especially those of you who just finished some type of certification or school education. You will have a chance to kind of decide what your next steps are going to be here. People will like what you have to offer, but you may just be blocked at this time from starting something, so you may have to wait. Or definitely you'll be having to wait, but it's kind of nothing that you can do about it. So in the meantime, it's saying to get yourself out there, network, do some research, meet people, try to reach people, so when it is go time, you're ahead of the curve. And those of you who are self-employed, I do see you being a little bit more cautious with your moves and the actions that you're taking, kind of making some plans and having to wait. This could definitely be a time of wait, so don't be surprised if turn of events do not go in your favor and things aren't happening just when you want them to. It's going to happen, but it has a very specific time in which things will move forward for you. And this may not be the most focus that you are on your business. For those of you, you know the cracks in the foundation where the money is kind of challenged with your business, and that may be what you're trying to remedy and fix, right? And again, even that will take some time. So again, it's a good time to self-reflect, to meditate, to kind of rid yourself of things that you cannot control, but also having a soft heart to embrace that and those around you when the doors are open again. Good luck, Taurus. Hey, Gemini. Okay, so some of you is focusing more on you, what you need to do, what you have to do. Here, you could, to some extent, you could be overindulging, or you're at a distance. Some of you are going to be moving to a distance or having to, I'm here, relocate or travel at a distance. So you're anticipating some trips, some travels here. And you may be kind of starting to work hard now. Get back into your work routine. Less playing around, less focusing on your desires and socializing, and more doing what you need to do. Being very secretive. Some of you could be leaving things and letting things go very privately. I'm seeing some of you sneaking out like a thief in the night, moving on from a situation. I get moving heavy moving here, whether you're moving back or you're moving away, but you are going to be moving. I also see some of you may secretly block someone, change your phone number like a thief in the night. No one knows where you are. This could happen to you or from you, but I definitely see some switch ups and some moves that you may not see coming that is going to be better for you wherever you're headed, or whoever's leaving is going to end up giving you more peace and tranquility. Some of you could just be moving past drama and issues. You do have a lot of planets in your sign right now, so everything is Gemini, everything is a buzz, a lot of communication, a lot of stimulating energy going around. So you will kind of be the creme de la creme. You could be bringing a lot of things to light, a lot of things regarding your sign, which is communication and mental processes, news, management, that sort of thing. All of this could be more of a focus at this time, more so. But you could be shining very bright and people kind of can't get enough of you, Gemini. People are going to be very caring, concerned, nurturing, and loving toward you. People may be more emotionally expressive toward you than you're comfortable with here. You also can kind of I'm hearing out yourself or make things very known. You're no longer going to hide. Uranus is, I think either on your sign or really fastly approaching your sign. So don't be surprised if people start saying, what? I didn't know this. What? And you're making things very clear about, who you are. It's almost like you're reintroducing yourself. I do see a lot of happy times with family, feeling like there's a lot of love. There's a lot of love around you. There's a lot of love coming your way. And for some of you, this can kind of be the effect for through your birthday going into Cancer season and probably through Cancer season, you're getting a lot of love, feeling like you've almost either getting back to a place that feels like home, going back home, or creating a village of people where it's like families. It feels like a lot of love. Feels very good week so far for you. Work. I'll tell you, boy, Gemini. You're going to have the stamina this week, and you could feel like it's pretty peaceful and quiet, but there's definitely going to be some changes coming up at this job. Changes where some of you may initiate a lawsuit. Some of you may start to document things. You could get written up. This could be your final warning. There may be some evidence coming up that would suggest that something regarding final contractual agreements, rules and regulations are being implemented, or thinking about going to court and filing something. So that's what you're doing here. You're not playing around. You may seem really nice and everything's playing nice, but you're really paying attention to things, and some of you may be the one that is going to expose everything, honestly. Unemployed Geminis, I do see that you can get an opportunity. Congratulations. But the money may not be there. Some of you may get into this opportunity and quickly decide that, hey, I don't like this. I don't want to be here. I'm not being paid enough. That sort of thing. You also be careful of the type of job. Some of you may take a trucking job, like a driving job, something where you have to travel to and fro. You may feel like you're not so comfortable. Make sure you're in safe spaces that you're comfortable with, because you could be kind of left out in places out of nowhere. But it'll be a lesson learned. Whatever this is that you're experiencing that isn't, you'll quickly realize what's not for you, and you're going to make the shift. But you're not going to let people get away with things either. If you're not being treated properly, they will pay. You're going to see to that. Good luck, Gemini. Oh, wait. The good thing I'm also saying about your cards is that you're not over stimulating yourself with unnecessary thoughts. You're not stressing yourself out. You're kind of taking the time to reflect and move on from there. Self-employed Geminis, I feel like you find yourself working smarter instead of harder. Some of you definitely can start working a job. You may start to focus on a different area of your career and your business that's lucrative for you. And you may say, well, damn, how can I? And you're kind of meeting people in that industry or in that field or in that realm. And you may find yourself saying, okay, whatever I was known to do as an entrepreneur, I now do this, or now I'm fusing this into it. So you're definitely changing hands, changing interests, creating something new out of nothing, or creating something else out of what you have and focusing on that. And that too can be quite lucrative. Good luck, Gemini. Hey, Cancer. First of all, my condolences for any of you who have taken a loss here. I definitely see a loss, a change of events going on. This may affect your finances, whatever this loss is. It definitely has you up at night, has you stressed out of what the next steps are going to be. And it could have come out of nowhere, or things are starting to almost, I'm hearing, get out of hand here. There could be some changes again in how you receive what you get. And it's really stressing you out. Not so sure. In the days to come, you won't be so sure how all of this is going to work out. Damn, this, like I said, this could be speaking to a major, like a literal passing of someone. Someone's transitioned. Hopefully we won't hear about anyone that we know that's a Cancer or that is affiliated with a Cancer, because I'm definitely seeing passing. Don't make this your story if it's not, but when a combination of cards come out, it definitely speaks to a passing. It could be a friend, someone that you just met, someone that you know very fondly. It could also just be a relationship that literally is coming to an end, and how it all is happening could be quite devastating, because some of you may realize that it was more of a team effort. It wasn't something that just was a one-off, that sort of thing. I would be very careful, Cancers. Didn't mean to say Pisces. I don't know if Pisces is involved in any of this, or you got wind of this Venus back in Pisces season, which was February, March time. But I'd be very conscious and careful for those of you who are not experiencing this now with the people around you, because there's some changes that's coming up that's going to be quite devastating, and there's going to be loss over companionship. Okay. So you're taking your time with communicating or reaching out to people. You're kind of staying in your safe space. And people could be kind of expecting more out of you than what you can give them. So if you're the type to nurture, to care, that may not be what you can do. You're coming from a very practical place, slow and steady, but very practical, very mature place. So you may not be coming across like people expect you to. Hopefully nobody's throwing you under the bus or you have to take one for the team or something like that that's going on, and it may be lucrative for you down the line, but right now at least it doesn't feel so good, and it could create problems in your life. But you may say, well, you guys don't know, in the back end this is all going to work in my favor. Something like that is going on here. And as a result, I do see things getting better. This can also be that you're kind of flipping the script and changing on people, and they're not expecting that. Your name is going to be all over everybody's tongue. People are going to be talking about you, good, bad, indifferent, all kind of things. So your name can ring a lot of bells. But you may be doing like saving yourself, doing what's best for you and those that you care about, not so much what everybody else is thinking about. Something like that is going on, and hopefully nothing third party or nothing crazy is coming out, because I'm not focusing on love, but that could be the case as well, like someone completely leaving one person for another, just some scandal stuff going on here. But let's focus on work. You're good at work. You're receiving love and giving love. That's no problem there. Things could be, money could be a little funny, or it may be a little hectic at work, but it's nothing that you can't handle. Unemployed Cancers. Be careful with being too strategic, trying to get away with a little too much. If not you, then be careful with the jobs that you're entering into, because they're lying. You cannot trust them. You look amazing to these people. Amazing. Your resume, how you show up, everything about you just looks amazing. And I feel like either you have to be careful with competitors around you, because there's nothing that they probably wouldn't do, but also companies are very shisty right now, and you'll get in it and then they want to work you like a horse, or there's a lot of other mitigating factors when you get inside of this place. It's very problematic. That's very obvious of what the hell is going on here, which is going to change. It's going to kind of turn you off, because it's like you can't ignore the toxicity that's going on in this workplace. So be careful for those of you Cancers out there that are getting into something new. And I do see you waiting for some of you, because I don't know too many Cancers that, the Cancers I do know, they won't tolerate BS. So I don't know if you guys, doesn't look like you're going to tolerate it. You almost look like you'll be blocked from it. You won't be able to go. Something will get in a way that almost is protecting you. So whatever you don't get, Cancers, it's your protection. Those of you who are looking for work, it's to protect you. Self-employed Cancers, you're kind of bringing the zeal or practicality to your business here. And I feel for some of you, this may be exactly what you need if you're disconnected from other people, or people are leaving you behind. Focusing back on work would be the better thing. It kind of eases everything around you, because whatever is going on, it seems like a major loss is happening here, and a major change of who you are or how you're being interpreted by people, and you're in a lot of people's mouths. It's focusing on more of the practical things, which is what it looks like you're going to do, is the best bet for you, because it's going to regulate everything else around you. Good luck, Cancer. Hey, Leo. Okay, so this is definitely a more somber, sobering time for you. Here, you're going within, and for some of you, you could be leaving something behind and letting things be. Some of you are going to start, and I said this, I could just want to say the same thing, I think, to Gemini, if I'm not mistaken, but you're taking more of a appropriate, doing the right thing, if that makes sense. And some of you may be looking for just that. So anything that's problematic around you, you're definitely looking at, like, how can I get away from the problem and maintain my peace? There's a passing or a changing here. Some of you may have to almost sacrifice, if you will, love, love and care for others around you to go after what you want, because you can't do everything, and you're kind of coming to realize that. So you may have to make these sacrifices. There's people who maybe, you have some people who could be very recovering in their behavior, or at least they're kind of masking it, if you will. Some people, especially if you start to notice, Leo, that you're on a rise, and some of you are definitely on a rise, you may realize that there's people who don't mean you the best in every direction. So you have to be careful, even though, there can be some protection around you, but you have to be careful as to who you're dealing with, who you're sharing things with, who you're working with, who you're building with, that sort of thing, who you're bringing on your team, because everyone does not mean you any good. And it's literally a wolf in sheep's clothing here with people. Watch scammers. Don't just open anything or your email. Be very diligent and be careful with who you're engaging and how you're engaging with things. There could be someone wanting to fix things. I'm hearing fix things here, and wanting to almost like rectify, start all over again. For some of you, you could be doing that, but I don't know if you can trust. I just keep getting, you cannot trust an individual. Someone is not who they say that they are, but they show up, they look the part, or they are really great at charming you to make you believe. Just be careful. I'm telling you, and I told another sign, I think, Cancer, if I'm not mistaken. Work. They're watching you. Some of you, they may even have, this could definitely be power plays at your workplace. Some of you may feel like, yeah, now you're on top. Just be careful, Leos. Be careful. Be careful. I do feel like you're being watched heavily. Everything is being written down, that sort of thing. This is a very this is a challenging place to work at, only because you have those haters, and eventually you may have to leave, because it's just not a healthy environment for you to have to feel like whoever you are coming up against, it's like a never-ending war, or maybe a quiet war, but a war nonetheless is going on at this workplace. Very interesting. And you're a very strong person. You'll walk away. You're confident enough. You know that you'll get something else. You don't usually let a lot of things stop you. But whatever is being done here, it could affect you down the line. It's like, this is unfortunate. I'm not going to take it. Then it's like, freak it. You can have it. It's that type of thing going on. Unemployed Leos. I see if you do get an opportunity, it's like right away. You may have already gotten hired and everything. Now you're going to be starting very soon. Just be careful with indulging when you're not working. That's kind of not the answer, because you're going to be thrown into work, thrown into having to figure some crap out. But this also can bring quite the reward. I think Leos are great at, right now at least, you guys are great leaders, some of you, but great at doing something independent, right? In isolated places right now, where you work more behind the scenes than you are front and center, just to kind of get away from the haters. You have haters. You usually always have haters, but these are formidable ones now that's cosplaying as not so. It's not, they're making it seem like, well, I would never. Oh no, I'm not. They are. Oh boy, they are. And be careful with any air sign. Good luck, Leo. Hey Virgo, well, some of you could be stressed out about money, or a partnership with another. You could still be, even though that is a bit of a challenge, you're still going to move forward in faith. And some of you, don't worry if this is a money situation, it will not last, because you guys are going to be working your ass off. You're about to be working a lot, or resulting, or defaulting to work to get your mind off of whatever other issues you're having. There could be a cutting out. Yeah, you're cutting. Hold on, I'm getting a question. Some of you could be calling people out, cutting people off, calling it like it is, black and white, if things aren't being done properly. And people could be very unconstitutional right now, right? Going against the grain, not trying to do what's right, but you're not having it. You're like, no, this is not right. Right is right and wrong is wrong, especially if you have like Libra in your chart. That's even more of a double meaning, I feel, for you. But Virgo's definitely out there. You are not having it. You are blowing the whistle. You're calling out things that just aren't right. Now, is it going to matter? Yeah, I do. I feel like it will. You almost will kind of align yourself, at least with you in your belief system. You could start changing over to more of a belief system that you feel strongly about. Some of you may start to want to do less of whatever you're doing. Let's say you're working in corporate America and you're just pushing papers. Well, now you want to go and work with a team where they set wrongfully convicted people for free. Free. You want to now be of service that is tangible, that really helps, people with boots on the ground, and it can build up a community of like-minded people, right? You're tired of whatever's been going on. Now, however this shows up for you, I don't really know, but it's very, very much speaking to not wanting to continue to go down the road that you're going down. It could be just with you and one person or a group of people, like I was mentioning before, more community-based, but still, the thoughts are still there, and the actions or how you feel about things are still there. People, let me tell you one thing, Virgo, this definitely could be a time when, especially women, this is a message for you women out there, men may have to kind of deal with that, or someone's talking for them. But women, be very careful in how you're coming across. Not to say that you're wrong. It seems like you're definitely speaking clear truths, but this is unlike you to be so like opinionated and truthful without tact. Even if you're going to be very articulate, but it's almost like mean, and it will turn people off. They won't know how to take you. Virgos are very critical energy, and you could attract very critical people sometimes. So, yeah, this will drag out. And just when you try to make it better, and be like, well, it's going to be an uphill battle to get through to people. So I can't stress enough, in any place that matters to you, if your face is in the public. And I've been telling Virgos for the longest that somebody was smart enough to start pulling themselves away from the public, going behind the scenes, because something about your energy with the transits, will have these long-standing transits that's going to kind of work against you here. So for any of you who is in the public eye, be careful this week. I want to say also maybe the whole summer, just be careful. For some of you may already done it, and it's just what it is. But if you have not, be careful how you say things. You guys are amazing at tact and tactics, so it's a great time to be more tactical, or just say nothing, at least at this point, because you're feeling so strong about how you feel that it will have lasting effects. And you'll have to work even more to try to dial it back, which will be even more difficult. All right. And for some of you, and hopefully that's the ticket, right? That you're kind of making it very known about a job, calling something out before you leave, giving them your 2 cents, that sort of thing. Like, you're not going to let them just kind of play dumb. Like, you're going to expose some things. Well, then I think that that's going to be great for you guys, right? As long as you're not like criticizing a whole public group of people, but if it's like a company and doing what's right, that sort of thing, then you could be one of the people that's like, yeah, and everyone starts to follow you because you've proven to be an ethical person. And then that way you have your finger on the pulse and you're gonna, really transcend to higher places. So it's a weird thing. For all of you, it'll be different here. For some of you, again, this will just be a better thing for you because you're no longer going to play nice, play coy, play good guy, good girl. You're gonna call it out and you're gonna kind of like move on to better as well. Work. Work is good. It's very obvious what's going on at work. Some of you have another job coming. It's like right around the corner for you. And so you won't have to stay there if you don't want to. Someone will snatch you right up. You also could get pulled in for a promotion, just evolve to the next level, that sort of thing. And if you do have the opportunity to go higher, don't forget the people down at the bottom, is what I want to say. Self-employed. Unemployed Virgos. You have what it takes, Virgo, to get exactly what you want. A job, a career, you have what it takes. You may have done the work with you may have tenor experience, which is the same thing. And you have your, like, you have everything that you need to get whatever it is that you want. And people do see your beyond potential. They see the star quality, what you have to offer. So again, not a problem for you to leave, not a problem for you to start something on your own, even be these people competitor, because you've learned enough. Every Virgo I know, they get into something, they go and they kind of steal the information from someone else, and then they they recreate it and make it their own. So you could do this very same thing and say, I don't even need a job, that sort of thing. Definitely can make enough, if not far more, with your own business. Self-employed Virgos. You're at a crossroads with this business. You're at a big crossroads with your business. For some of you, you may be thinking about, I want to completely relocate, do something completely different. You could be starting to piece the puzzle together and get your plans together to make some changes with your business because you're just at a crossroads, and you'll have help with that. You will have help with it. You may have seen your business in one way and was very inspired, but things now are changing. Be careful with, again, if you are in the public, be careful what you say to the public or about the public. Don't be so honest because they will be very unforgiving, is what I'm saying here. Good luck, Virgo. Libras, hey, we're going to look at your generals coming up. You're trying to get to a better headspace. Thinking about this man, or some of you may be thinking about your next moves. And some of you, I do see that you're on an uptick with money, opportunity. Letting something go, something that you need to let go, you're going to let go. Something, some of you may stop crying over spilled milk, whatever's been lost, whatever position that you've been in, because things are starting to really pick up for you. And it's almost like, well, I'm wiser now. You should be, with the South Node just transiting your sun, or whatever sign, moon, rising. So you're wiser now. You know what to do going forward with what you have. This could be a time of play. You may find yourself that you're getting out and you're playing a little bit more as the days goes on. And this is a great time for you because you'll have people who are giving, opportunities coming your way. It's almost like if a door closed, one will be open, just waiting. Like, what are you waiting for? Come on. That sort of thing. Definitely collabs, offerings, things working in your favor, things going your way. Some of you, especially if you're in school, you could start a job immediately while you're in school. Like, you'll see that people are just opening doors for you left and right. But that's the beauty with Pluto working, trining you, and Uranus about to trine you. There's a lot of, major energy that works in your favor quite easily for you Libras here. And you'll have a lot of work. So definitely rest up and get that stamina because you're going to be working hard, but you'll be working very, very smart. And I feel like it's almost like you'll sit back and be like, everything almost seems like it's going my way. And you'll enjoy that. You really will enjoy that. Some of you could find yourself like coming off the market. This could be a discovery of someone, like knowing the truth about someone's behavior. I'm not getting into love, but aside from that, talking about just your worldly things. Money looks good, it's getting better, and your partnerships, like business partnerships and work relationships, seems like it's getting better work. There's another opportunity for you at work. This could be a time when it's fun, it's enjoyable. It feels like old times at work. Things is kind of, you're getting back to basis. You're getting back to work, if that makes sense. You're going back to work and getting back to working. And for some of you, you really can play. Like, I don't work now. I'm like on holiday, or I have a long vacation, that sort of thing. And you also can be getting proposed a new opportunity coming your way within the job that you have, especially if they're changing something about your work environment. You'll get an opportunity and an offer, and they'll continue to watch you do background checks and investigate you after even offering you the opportunity. So just know that this is a company that takes their time and do extensive background checking even once they give you the offer. But congratulations, I do see that. Or they'll want you to start kind of quickly. So yeah, you get the offer, now we want you to do this, that sort of thing. Self-employed Libras, you've been taking some time alone because of love, because you've been in your feelings quite a bit. Somebody's been taking up your space. And some of you may feel like I have some issues. You have some issues, whether it be somebody's kind of trying to go up against you online, maybe someone sullied your name, or love is taking a front seat. You would like for it to take a back seat, because then you won't have to work so hard on the back end, doing catch up. But it's almost like you're starting to realize that whoever you have in your life, especially if you're a woman here, even you Libra men, is a man here that could be wearing a woman out, wearing out his welcome and just kind of creating chaos energy around. So that may be getting in the way of you being able to focus on your business, or people could be coming out after you, confronting you, having a lot to say, which again kind of puts a bad taste in your mouth. So self-employed Libra, you may not be feeling so confident right now in the days to come because of these things. Good luck, Libra. Hey Scorpios, okay, for some of you, congratulations, you're pregnant, and you'll be keeping that kind of to yourself. For some of you, you may start, I don't see a whole lot of not showing. You also can have a surrogate, is what I'm seeing here. But it looks like you're going to leave drugs, drinking, toxic energy, toxic behavior behind you. Some of you have a woman on your mind, and we're feeling very confident. And it could definitely be a love affair or some type of coming together with another person that you don't see coming, right? Coming together with someone. Wait, hold on. I feel like first of all, you're getting a lot of clarity. You're very clear about things where you were confused. It's like, no, I'm no longer confused because I know what I need to do. It's very black and white for you. You're taking your power back. You're taking your control back. Maybe if you Scorpios may have had a little lax, you may have fallen off the wagon. And with all of this Gemini in your 8th house, that's very easy to do. So if you be gentle on yourself. It looks like you will. You're maybe realizing, I'm pregnant or something. It's like, okay, time is of the essence. I don't have time to play around anymore. And this can definitely be, and you guys can check out the love portion that I'm not going to do right now, but this definitely speaks to possible divorces, separation, going your separate ways, being done with a supposed man that's acting like a boy. Something like that's going on here. So coming to some realizations in spite of whatever your circumstances are, to take back the control over yourself. And of course, you do know when you control yourself, you by and large always control other people, and then that's why they don't like you. But people will be acting very childish, very rushed, trying to rush you, haphazard, and you're not going to respond well to that. Okay, so just don't be surprised if people are all over the place. Just seems all over the place, haphazard, and just leaping and not looking, very in and out, that type of thing. Busy, 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 and you're going to be more stable. I'm going to pull another one because it's all over the place. I do see a relationship coming to an end that's been on the rocks for the past 5 years, 5 months, or since May of last year. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Now, I do see you working a lot. For some of you, you're going to have a job, or you're on display. You could be up for something like a better role, better opportunity. You're being evaluated. Work is being evaluated. You could be pulled into a training program or a new class or something. You're picked to do A, B, and C, that sort of thing. So people will respond to you rather quickly, but it is in a way it's in your benefits, what it looks like. Okay, so it's a great time. Probably we're going to look a little bit deeper in just a minute, but it looks like it's a great time to put your resumes out there, put yourself out there, because people will respond in kind. Like they need your kind of person is what I want to say. They need a person like you. You're needed because you're very grounded. You're very you have it together. You have yourself together, and you know what you're talking about. And work will get busy as well. Work, as a matter of fact. I feel like you may have people around you at the workplace that isn't being very honest about how they feel about you. They can be very quiet or what's going on at the workplace. You can sense it. You could probably not saying anything, but you're sensing it around you. Hold on, guys. There's a lot of secretive stuff going on here. And I just get you being pulled in to do some other kind of work or more work, that sort of thing. Okay, this can be, because I know they're hiding something from you at the workplace. They may feel like their hands are tied. They may not know what they're going to do. So they're telling you one thing, but they're doing something different. You may realize that you're being trained for something because they're trying to let somebody else go. Like you may be getting into you may have started a new job, and it's like now you realize, oh, there was a lot of HR issues, people being sued, or, there's some complaints or disputes, something that you're coming in to help solve the problem. Or you may get wrapped up in some issues that they're not telling, but maybe there's something that you said, you put your foot down, there's something that you did, and now they're responding one way, which is a good way to your face, but behind the scenes, they're looking at it negatively. Something like that. I don't know if that makes sense to any of you. Unemployed Scorpios. You're stressed out about an opportunity. I see one coming your way. And this can be one, you have an opportunity coming, so don't overstress yourself, Scorpio. I'm also hearing Virgo. But don't overstress yourself, Scorpio. I keep wanting to say Virgo. Hopefully it doesn't take all the way down to Virgo season, but you may be getting something late August, September time. You're going to be just fine in the meantime, because whatever the hell you do for money, or something will come up and you'll be doing more for money, you're going to be okay. So don't stress yourself. Things are going to work, but it would behoove you to go back to school. You'll know if you'll need to do that, but getting some different type of education or skill set is going to really work in your benefit, is what it looks like to me here. Self-employed Scorpios. You'll have more stamina for your business. And some of you may feel like, even though you have more stamina or people are more interested, I do feel like that it's necessary for you to kind of pull back, be a little bit more conscious, and because you may have taken some losses here, so you could look to want to change things and be different. You don't want to do what everyone else is doing. You want to do something different. So you're cooking some stuff up down the pike. Like you have some stuff that you're cooking. You have some stuff that you're thinking about what you want to kind of bring forth. You may have a good 4 streams of income, and now you're kind of trying to lock in another, or just bringing and implementing a new idea that will bring more to you. Good luck, Scorpio. Hey, Sagittarius. Let's look at your general. Okay, Sagittarius, some of you have an in. One, it's time to get into the gym, work out, drink more water, get more productive. You guys are very productive people, but you know what I mean. Whatever you are lacking as far as like nutrition, health, it's time to get into that. And you'll realize that, so you might as well do it now, especially with Saturn and Aries. Everybody has to kind of like stay suited and booted with their health and do what's right and be careful. But you are feeling very vibrant. You may have more energy than you normally would, but you're also very inquisitive. This could be a great time for you to embark in learning something. New things is going to come to you. We have a lot of planets in Gemini right now, so people will be very communicative. Just make sure that the energy is in your benefit and it's not wasting time on gossip and that sort of thing. There's going to be an end. Damn, hold on, y'all. This is all the beginning. Okay, these are the beginnings of things. There's an ending to a situation. This could be a relationship that kind of runs its course and then it'll just end out of nowhere. Check back for the love portion, because you're kind of putting behind, trying to fight for something, trying to work something out. Some of you may feel like you want to play, you don't care anymore. I think I said that in the last video of one of you guys in the love reading. I think that someone's just wanting to have a good time. I thought I said that, but Sagittarius. But anyway, I see you wanting to kind of get out and explore. Great time for some of you to get in school. Some of you may be about to finish school, wrap something up, and that'll be great. Travels could be coming to you out of nowhere, but this would be something that you find that is kind of fun. It could come out of nowhere, like I said, but taking a trip or travel, going somewhere, it's going outside of your norm, possibly signing up for something, doing something that's fresh and new is going to possibly bring new love to you. A very stable individual could come your way. And this is up to I just was on my way to work. It's one of those things that new and fresh things are just all around you. And so it's very little that you would have to do. But if you do, initiate things, there's some great things that come because it's meant to happen. Something is meant to wrap up and new things is meant to begin for you. That will bring in either more stability and more financial standing for you guys, or someone in likeness to that coming your way. And the cards are sinking. Some of you are going to have to take a rest and a break. This is really talking about a big time love situation, or just severing a tie with, it could be a company, with anything. So you may be on your own, doing your own thing for a minute, and it will be for a minute. And it's kind of like the best thing for you. Whatever has to leave and is ending is for the better. It's for the better. But it may not feel that way, and mentally it definitely can kind of hold you hostage for a bit. It's saying kind of nurture yourself. I feel nurturing yourself, doing things that make you feel at peace, whether it be music or, you can pick a number of things. Engaging with people that are kind and supportive and nurturing. Those things will help you along the process. Your cards are saying, my goodness. This is a weird energy. So you don't want to be bothered with people. They don't want to be bothered with you. I feel like people feel like they've been kind of stung by you, and they're feeling like, well, you didn't have to do that, So don't be surprised if people are very quiet, distant, disconnected from you, feeling pricked by you, like, oh, you hurt my feelings, or I don't like how you've left me, that sort of thing. Some of you also could be cutting someone off financially for your own, like you're sacrificing them for yourself, and it's like, great, it's better for me. Congratulations, Sagittarius, especially you, Neptune conjunct whatever Sagittarius placement you have. You guys are people pleasers, and it is very difficult for you to draw those boundaries, but you could be doing just that, and it may come across as Sagittarius help hazard, like they don't even care, that sort of thing. But it's like you're doing what you want to do. And some of you, this is love, and it is quite messy, but you have to check that out when I drop that one. But others of you, if it's no love around you, it is some entity or people or person that is a disconnect, and it's very obvious right now in the days to come. And you'll find that you are, typical Sagittarius energy. Like you could be showing, what did they say? You don't look like what you're going through, because internally you're stressed out. Internally you have deep thoughts, but you're just still out doing things. You can have like restless energy. You're just out here doing things. Then you go from doing stuff to like not want to do anything. It's like weird. Sagittarius disappearing, not answering stuff, going in your shell, and people are going through things around you too. So I don't know, everybody's just kind of going through stuff, but yours is going to be short-lived. A few days from now you may find that you're like, man, I'm up, I'm onward, on to the next thing. It's that type of thing. Work. I feel like some of you can get an opportunity at work, some new work for you to do. A new job can come your way, especially if you've been looking for a transfer, or you've been looking even inside or outside of the work. A new opportunity can come your way, or a new kind of work can come your way at the workplace. But you're it's like kind of like Scorpio, same energy, but Scorpio is even more intimidating. You can come across very intimidating, not wanting to be around, not wanting to be there, very despondent to people, kind of mean, very sharp. So they better be careful what they say to you, because what they're going to get back, they're not going to be able to handle it. Like you are super sharp, especially you women. Nothing to play with at the workplace. And people are like, well, I was just going to offer you. Be careful with that, Sagittarius. Be careful. But I know some people, it could very well be warranted to, not play any games with people. And yeah, this could be like, oh, you've pissed me off and I'm out of here. I'm going somewhere else, that sort of thing. But I'm telling you, and I know you don't care. I'll say this too. I know you don't care. But the people around you, if you make them feel some kind of way, now they're going to be looking at, I'm going to have it out for you. And you may say, and watch my dust. You won't care, because you're going to be too busy onward and upward. Now they're going to get a whole different side of Sagittarius. You're going to get the hell out of there, it looks like. Unemployed Sagittarius. I see an opportunity coming immediately. Congratulations. You're going to be working your ass off, but there's also a lot of success attached to it. Whether it be a transfer, like I said, I'm seeing a transfer, or just another opportunity coming your way. It starts fast, and you've got to work fast. It's immediate work. But you will feel like, yes, this is far better than where you came from. And they'll be a lot nicer. And you can finally put that place behind you. So some good stuff, good new energy, fresh energy is coming Sagittarius way, which is refreshing, because you're the first sign that has this. Self-employed Sagittarius. It's starting to feel like home. Some of you may become extremely, some people can become possessed. I don't like that. But possessive of you, or very, like you can almost start a cult following, or someone who's obsessed with you. I wanted to say obsessed, but the word possessed, like this person is not normal, could be around your energy. I don't feel like it's necessarily you, but you're definitely intriguing people more and more here. And I feel like you start to feel more confident with your business, and it's just going to get better. You're going to see it with your numbers, with monetary. A great time to implement something new. People are kind of enamored with you, Sagittarius. Get out there and do some things and make it count. I know I'm taking a little extra more minutes, but yeah, good luck, Sagittarius. Capricorn, okay. You may have a Gemini in your life that you kind of can't get rid of, that may be a nuisance to some extent here. Check out the love portion when I drop that, but you guys are definitely focusing more on your career, money. You could be looking at where the problems are and wanting to fix and remedy that, but you're feeling very confident. Not so sure. You won't be so sure about a move, a change. Definitely check in with yourself if you feel like you're moving funny, if you have to be very strategic or manipulating or get over or hide things, because that may not go well down the line. So be careful with that, especially when we get into Libra season. So be careful. Try not to do anything unethical, but you also, your strategic ways, as long as they're ethical, you may be not so sure how that's going to pan out. And if either somebody's going to get caught, so that's my point, don't do anything unethical because you'll get caught, especially down Libra season here. Or for some of you, it'll be what you'll need because you're starting to see the writing on the wall about someone. Again, check out the love portion because everybody's reading wants to scream love, and I mean scream love. So I guess the love reading should be quite interesting. It looks very dramatic, like a soap opera. Okay. Well, you know what? This is a good thing. It's the first time you're making, only sign that's made you laugh. Damn, wait, hold on. What the fuck? Well, wait a minute, hold on, excuse me. Well, this is not going to be for most of you. Someone is going to jail, but aside from that, or is in jail, and it may not be going so well, some things can kind of go against you. So Capricorn, like I said, hopefully nobody's doing anything unethical. Things can catch up to you either now or down the line. So be careful with doing everything by the book. I also feel for some of you, you're going to free yourself. You're going to free yourself from a situation that has been plaguing you for quite some time. And you may realize that you don't have an allegiance to anyone. You need to have an allegiance to yourself. It's something like that. But it's a lesson that will be learned longer than the time frame of this reading. Okay, so it'll play out down the line. But if you do those things, and you'll know internally, because this is major energy around you, and it may have something to do with this new moon in Gemini, which sits in your 6th house. So that's anything in your life going on that could kind of trip you up or be problematic. But you have a great opportunity to rid yourself of this, albeit there being a sense of sacrifice, because you've got to see it differently. And once you do, it's almost like you get your happiness back because you gain your power back again. This sense of almost kind of living in an optic illusion, and kind of getting the bubble popped, whether it be by force or by choice. Either way, it'll be better down the line. Just remember I said that. And people won't know really how to take you. Their tactics may not work like it used to. They may be struggling. So however they've been able to handle things quite nicely before with you or with other people, it will be a challenge. It'll also be a challenge if you've been the one giving to people and you cut them off. Kind of like Aries reading, like you cut someone's supply off and now you get to see who really needed who. You got a lot of unexpected energy coming your way. You're going to have to stand your ground. For some of you, I definitely see you flipping the script on something or someone. More money can come to you, Capricorns, down the line or out of nowhere in the days to come. Here, okay? You're going to have to stand your ground as someone and teach them a lesson, let them know you're not the one, okay? You are going to. And like I said, there's, peaks and valleys, but it gets you back to the place that you need to be and deserve to be. Something like that. It's very interesting. Or someone's doing that to you and you're going to have to deal with the fallout of it, because this is karma time. I'm telling everybody this is karma time. And so it's going to come in swift changes. Yeah, work. work is work. So, you know, you'll have people being very stoic, very strong, very black and white, and you may be conforming just to that, just maybe just how you like it. Very serious, suited and booted, rules, regulations, that sort of thing. But I wouldn't be too comfortable with this place. Like, they're going to change. They're going to switch up on you guys at this workplace. This company's going to switch up on you guys. So don't get too comfortable. You'll start noticing that people maybe that you've worked with forever and you've developed certain relationships or a certain energy in the office, you will notice that people are different. They're a little more cold and more rigid. More rules, regulations could be coming up, that sort of thing. So just don't be surprised if that is the case. Unemployed Capricorns, you would be better for some of you because you are definitely you're in a place and space in your life, Capricorn, where let's see where Gemini is at in your life. Gemini is in your 6th house. Boy, do you have all kind of goddamn changes going on. You have Saturn in your 4th, which means that it's likely that you're going to either leave a job, lose a job, leave a home, hopefully not lose a home. And then you have Uranus in your 6th house. This is just to prepare you. This is not to fear anything. What's going to happen is what's going to happen. But when you have the information ahead of time, you can kind of counteract certain things. So with Uranus in your 6th house of Gemini, right, there's going to say goodbye to the traditional ways of making money and just getting up and going to a job. I'm telling you that right now. Will it be difficult for you, Capricorns, with Neptune conjunct your sun? And I think I'm talking to you 30-something-year-old Capricorns. I'm not really sure. I think I'm talking to you guys. I think that's your generation. Will it be more difficult for you? Yeah, it will be, because the disillusionment will be hard to take. And then it'll be like, well, where else do I go? That sort of thing, Capricorn. But it will be more difficult for you to find the traditional ways of working. Just want to prepare you guys. So if you've been kind of cranking those resumes out and looking, and now you're getting kind of like depleted and saying, hey, why? This is part of it, you know. But it is in an effort to break you out of that cycle, that illusion of a cycle, and for you to take full control of your destiny. I know it's easier said than done, right? But that's essentially what you're being forced to do. Self-employed Capricorns, you have the Midas touch. Some of you who are in this very difficult space, you can start something. It's not going to take off right now, and you have to determine when's the best time for you to start it. But starting something and it will help you circumvent some of that not being able to find a traditional job. Those of you who have your own business, you may be disappointed with what you're doing, what you're putting out there, because it's not gaining traction. It's not happening the way you want it to happen. Here, for some of you, it's more of a love situation, some personal stuff that you got to overcome. But this can be kind of harsh realities that are coming to Capricorn. I'm sorry I have to give you this reading. It's not the best energy around you guys right now, but it is kind of like a reality check. You can no longer avoid it or ignore it. It's like seeing things for what it is, and now I have to fix it, or now where do I go? It's that type of thing. Good luck, Capricorn. Hi, Aquarius. Some of you, everybody is screaming love, 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 love. Check out the love reading when that drops after this. But you are taking stock. Some of you will start to be a little bit more serious about things, especially when it comes to your money. You may be feeling disappointed by some things that you've discovered, learned. You could also be missing someone or something. I'm hearing feeling separated and disconnected from something. You may have to cut something out because it's just not healthy, but that's going to be the best thing for you, because cutting that out, and for some of you it is kind of getting clarity when it comes to family. I'm getting a lot of people, or a few signs rather, that are cutting family ties with people, cutting off people's bank account, cutting the bank account off, the purse strings, pulling back financially, not giving as much here. and seeing things and people for what they are. It's a lot of Gemini energy right now. And you know, you guys are walking around with superpowers with this Pluto. So you may say, well, I have to cut people, or somebody's left, or somebody did something. And you may feel like that's quite unfortunate, because you may not really understand why, something like that. And as a result, either you're cutting it off, or it's being cut off, or a truth is being told, something like that. Some of you could say, I'm leaving, I'm out of here. You know, I'm leaving, I'm out of here. Someone could say that someone else could leave and say they're out of here. Something like that I'm getting. And it could produce more money, more pay, a more stable and healthy environment than where you're at. I guess that's why I pause and pull the cards out, because it would take me a little while. Now you're going to be kind of to yourself, staying to yourself a lot more quiet than usual, which if anybody knows Aquarius, that's pretty dangerous. When they get really quiet. I think any of the older signs, which is Sagittarius, I think it's Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces, when they get super quiet or Sagittarius down, that could be problematic. So some of you could be, again, buying your time, planning your escape, whatever this is. But I do see you being very quiet, being secretive, and things can kind of come to a head. You know, here, Aquarius, things could definitely come to a head. But it will be in an effort to either free you or free someone. I keep getting that, okay? No more gaslighting. Like, somebody is not fucking having it. People around you are going to be like you. So if you're looking for relatability or for someone to care, good luck. This is not the time that you're going to get anybody to care. So however you kind of come across, because just by default, and this is no judgment to any Aquariuses out there, you're very logical. So the emotional part is not something that you can easily serve up to people, but people will be treating you that way because it seems like you'll be a little bit more emotional, albeit controlled, and it'll be a little more difficult to hide it because that's not you. So your natural way of being will be off. People will see it, and people around you are super keen. They're not missing a beat, a second, a nothing. They're sharp. And they're uncaring about anybody's feelings. So, yeah, which can create someone calling the other person out for gaslighting, somebody just cursing someone out because the pressure can bust. And it's like, I'm out of here. You know, that sort of thing. But it'll be the best for, this will be the best for what it needs to be. Work. Okay. Work is going to be good, and you're great at work. You're very independent at the workplace. You do your job. You don't have no problem. You don't have a problem. And I feel like for some of you, things can start getting kind of hectic at the workplace. You may be the person calling something out because a lot of lackadaisical socializing and playing around. And it's like, I don't have time for this. They also could be like mean girl, mean boy energy at the workplace. And you want to get the hell away from. It's almost like you want to get away from an environment. I keep wanting to get away from a place, wanting to get deep down inside, want to get away from a place, and you have a plan that you're not saying anything about. I always say, like I said, Aquarius says, you're quiet now. And maybe just trying to throw people off. I don't know what this is, because I would always look at Aquarius and say everybody should sleep with one eye open with Aquarius. Like, I don't care what anybody say. I don't care what anyone say. You're too smart for your own good. So this could be part of all the plan, because I do see you probably getting the hell on like, I guess for some of you it could be your birthday season, others of you will be by Gemini season. It's like, I'm quiet now, guess because I'm getting ready to get the hell out of here. I definitely see you getting ready to get out of a place and not playing around, because people are just not going to play with you. You're not going to tolerate this. Something like that is going on. Unemployed Aquarius. Yes, congratulations. You have an opportunity with a new job. I'm hearing a company that is a lot of work. But see, you're so smart and crafty that you'll work for a small, tiny bit where everybody else is still working. Either it's like, okay, I started. Yeah, it was a lot of work, but I got myself out of there. Now I run a joint. Now I'm a manager. Now I went and got pregnant. So now I got my time off. So like you're going to figure something out so that you're not working hard. You're working smart. And you know what? It could just be things happen. But it's like I started working there, then they pulled me and they had me work here. Now I'm doing this now. Like there's no telling where you can go with this new company, because it's like a company. It's like corporate. It's like something that you can evolve past. You can grow into a whole nother level, if that makes sense, and really then turn around and people like, yeah, this is kind of like our Aquarius is like our blueprint. They started here, that type of thing. Like you can grow with this place. You really can grow with this new place and opportunity. Congratulations. Kind of like Sagittarius, you both have great new things going on in that sphere. Aquarius, self-employed Aquarius. You're learning a new way of doing things with your business, and you could be leaving behind the old ways in which businesses ran for something new. 100%. Even if that means you got to get rid of people, you don't care, because at the end of the day, you're going to know that it's very important for you to look at the budget. How can I trim the fat from the budget? So you're about to be, wheeling and dealing and doing whatever needs to be done, and letting go and trimming the fat wherever you can, and you're going to be doing well with that. Like you started now by possibly July, August time. It's like, yeah, I'm so glad I did that. Now I'm like ahead of the curve. It's something like that. Something like you, Virgos, and I thought it was another sign, I can't remember at this point, that may be spearheading the new ways in which people are doing things. Yeah, because you're like a couple of steps ahead of everyone. Good luck, Aquarius. Hey, Pisces. Well, things are about to change and turn around for you guys, where you have possibly been feeling out of sorts, not in the mood. You're about to change that. For some of you, you're feeling very confident. You're thankful that you have like I can take care of myself. I'm doing well for myself. Or you're heading in that direction. Money may be looking good. You may have done a lot that, money is good. Like you're okay. You could start to feel a little too like, you could feel very sexual at this time. There could be a repairing, and check out the love reading when that drops, a repairing of a relationship. And it's like, now I want this person. I want to have sex and I want to do, who knows, that's your business. But you can attract a lot of people, egotistical people that just want what they want, very desirous people that want what they want, how they want it. There also could be a battle between you and another person that you realize is very toxic, and realizing that I don't think I want to do this anymore. So some of you are almost like preparing. You know how some people fall out of love before they actually leave the relationship? Some of you Pisces could be doing that. And again, this may be the reality of a job, right? And it's like, I don't need this place, or I'm not going to cow down to you. Like, and you can feel and sense all the toxicity, and it's very clear you're not making excuses for people anymore. And although you could be approaching people in situations in a very kind and welcoming way, the reality of things. And then for some of you, you're just going to kind of fall off the wagon or indulge a little too much, and there'll be somebody that's willing to indulge with you. Yeah, I see a lot of indulging. I guess shit. You're having a good time, huh, Pisces? You're having a great time right now. Yeah, I see that you're having a really good time here. I see that you're going to seriously be indulging. There may be some great things coming your way, and you're like, I'm partying, I'm celebrating, I'm having a great time. With someone coming to see you, visit you, that sort of thing. You're just really going to enjoy yourself. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer. Somebody is missing you, even though you're coming from a very loving place. Somebody is missing you, or they're feeling the effects of a situation. Some time could be up. I'm here. Time is up. Something is coming to an end. And it's like, well, I don't want it to be that way. And you're like, well, everything is fine. I'm not holding any grudges. It's that type of thing. So things are coming to an end, coming to a close. And that might be the reason why you're feeling so good about things. But people around you, not so much. If you're leaving somebody somebody, they may not be so happy about, you know, the outcome of it. I also get people that you may not be speaking to not happy about what they've done to you or something like that. And they may have a year of this, and that may be their karma and comeuppance, that they're kind of in purgatory for the next year, feeling that sense of guilt. Their conscience is whipping them here. Yeah. And I'm talking about the person that may become very territorial and go out of their way to be kind of nasty toward you. Yeah, them or him or her. But it's almost, it could be a collective as well. Let's keep going. I see you getting back to love and then wanting to kind of have fun. You definitely are, you're definitely attracting, especially ladies, you're attracting a person that wants a good time with you. Not a long time, but a good time. Be careful with new love, meeting somebody new, Pisces, especially if you're just all about love and loving people, because you're going to become a fan of someone. That's all they want. They want a fan, and they want someone to lay down with and do whatever they want you to do. They want what they want when they want it. And almost like you're going to pollute your goodness, the goodness of you, for someone who's cosplaying, who can't even, you know, who really can't give you what you want. So be careful with that. But for some of you, it's just is what it is, and you're just going to have a good time and you don't give a damn. Excuse me. Work. Some of you, you're going to be leaving this job and you're going to be happy as hell because you're getting the hell out of there. It's like you're going to be happy that you can leave. There's something about this job and it's like nothing that they're going to be able to do about it. You know, you could be one of a couple of the people that are getting picked to leave and go on to something else here. So you'll be happy that you get to leave here. You'll probably look later and think, for some of you, this definitely could be kind of feeling ganged up on at the workplace. And if that is the case, then document everything. Document everything. Here is what I want to say. Because every time I see this card, I just never see it as a good card. I don't know why. I never see it as a good card unless there's other cards that support it. And in your case, there's stress around the goodness of this because, again, there could be people leaving or you're leaving. But it's going to be for your betterment. Just know that right now it won't feel good. Whatever's happening that comes to an end, it may not feel so great after or as you're going through the process, but it gets better. That's what I want to say. It gets better. Unemployed Pisces. Congratulations. You may not get what you want, if that makes sense. You're going to get an opportunity, but you may not get the first one and then you get the next one. Whichever one you get, whatever you're getting is the best thing for you. So it may not be exactly what you want at first, or it comes in and then there's some changes or some delays, but it's coming and it'll be better for you. So congratulations. Self-employed Pisces. I see more money coming your way. Like the more energy and effort you put into your business, more money is going to be coming your way. You'll find that it's more of peace and solace. And like I think I was telling some other sign, Scorpio, someone, that you also are cooking up something. You better be, because North Node is in your sign, and with Jupiter going into Cancer, I think in July, that is too much great energy going in your favor. You don't really have, well, Saturn is in your second house technically, so you're definitely going to have to work. But it's so many beautiful opportunities that could come your way, just putting a lot of work in, getting away from any toxic energy and putting the work in and ridding yourself of nonsense. Pisces, several of your dreams could come true, but certainly that one dream that you want, it can be a reality. You are the sign of dreams coming true. So make sure that you use all this good energy that you have in your favor. Okay? Absolutely. Congratulations. And Good luck, Pisces.